Allez, bonjour. Aujourd'hui, c'est une nouvelle découverte sur Chaîne LeClue Detectivo. Alors, s'il n'y a pas de son, c'est normal. Il n'y a pas de son dans le menu, donc on va faire nouvelle partie. Toutes vos collections et progrès. Oui, de toute façon, c'est la première fois que j'y joue. Et vu que j'aime beaucoup les jeux d'enquête, surtout les Sherlock Holmes, celui-là avait l'air sympa, donc on va voir ce que ça donne. Attends, forcément, le son. On va se calmer, hein. Volume de texte, ça je ne sais pas. Ah, d'accord, ok. Ah ouais, ça commence direct les énigmes. Ah merde. Bon. Alors. En fait, il faut que le 3 ils sont alignés avec le 2. Là. Ou pas. ça m'a l'air pas trop mal. Ah non, il avance beaucoup plus lentement en fait. On va y arriver. Par contre, c'est 1000 fois trop fort. Voilà, c'est déjà un peu mieux. C'est la version dark d'Inspecteur Gadget. Ah, j'ai eu mon premier succès.
What? Who? Oh, I must have dozed off. Perhaps we need a spot of tea to wake us up. What do you say, Rufus?
Oh, le chien.
Yes, quite right. Better get back to work. This book won't write itself. Maybe I should start somewhere easier. I'll come back to the prologue later. The sun rose over another perfect day in picturesque Arthurton.
Arthurton, ok.
To the casual observer, Arthurton seemed like any other small, quiet town. It was nestled in a valley between two mountains, lined by lustrous forests, and perched on the edge of a pristine lake. It had a main street with all the essentials, including a place to sip coffee. It had schools, a college, a church, and a police station. It even had a museum no one ever visited. It was the kind of place you might find anywhere on your travels.
Mr. Beans. Ah, Mr. Beans, Coffee Shop, Agatha Christie's, The Great Place. Oh là là, putain. Il y a du jeu de mots, hein.
Typical, maybe even forgettable. But there was one thing in Arthurton that was unlike any other town in the whole world. Actually, it was a girl. Her name was Jenny LeClue. And she was the world's greatest detective. Finkelstein residence. Oh, hello, Glenda. Yes, he said he might ring. Okay, patch me through then. Richard? Yes, I got it. I did, and my answer is no. I understand that, but... Well, yes, of course, but... No. Nothing is settled. I'm not going to do it. It goes against everything my books stand for. No, not yet, but... If I could just... Please, Listen to what I'm saying.
D'accord, donc on incarne en fait un personnage d'un roman. On va niquer le crayon. Ah, on peut zoomer. Alors, cher Arthur, j'espère que tout va bien, mais j'ai bien peur d'avoir de mauvaises nouvelles, mon vieux. Je vais pas y aller par quatre chemins, alors je vous joins les chiffres des ventes de votre dernier livre. Exemplaire vendu mini, tome de la série. Oula. Ce que veulent les jeunes lecteurs aujourd'hui, c'est du mystère et du danger. Vous les perdez avec les aventures répétitives de votre Jenny, toujours plus timide. Bonne nouvelle, c'est qu'il est trop tard pour que... La bonne nouvelle, c'est qu'il est trop tard pour les libraires annulent leur commande du prochain livre. Alors, on va vous donner une dernière chance, et on verra bien si vous êtes capable de raviver la flamme de votre petite protégée. Oh putain, ça c'est dur, ça. On aimerait que vous essayiez un vrai roman policier, avec du meurtre, du mystère et tout le tintouin. Tuez quelques personnages, y mettez-y du drame, que diable. Enfin bref, tout ça pour vous dire que si vous ne vous retroussez pas les manches, on pourra d'ores et déjà l'appeler, et je suis pas un assassin, Jenny est son dernier barreau d'honneur. Autre bonne nouvelle, la journaliste d'un vrai journal a enfin lu ton livre, amateur. La disparition du sandwich à la confiture. Le 38e, putain la vache. Et espérons-le, le dernier livre d'une série dont toutes les heures de gloire sont terminées depuis longtemps. Autrefois une collection d'histoires à mystère chère aux enfants du monde entier, Jenny LeClue a depuis plongé la tête. La première, ouais. C'est sans doute la plus grande bouse... Quoi, la plus grande bouse conçue à ce jour. Putain, la violence. Arthurton, c'est de savoir comment un tel ramassis d'ordures continue à être publié, nom de Dieu. Putain, mais c'est un avoué Twitter, ce truc. J'ai failli en mourir de nid. Ceci dit, au moins le livre est un bon calme. Pour se torcher le cul, c'est pas trop mal. Ça irrite pas. Vous seriez incapable de reconnaître une bonne histoire, même si elle vous tombait sur le coin du néon. La violence. Et j'imagine que tout ça peut être assez surprenant, mais il faut vivre avec son temps. Ajoute un meurtre ou deux, un soupçon de véritable tragédie, et qui sait, il te reste peut-être une dernière bonne histoire à raconter. Je te rappelle plus tard pour en discuter. Désolé pour votre carrière. Les cœurs, hein. Richard Encrier. PS, un petit squash la semaine prochaine. Au moins vous verrez, vous aurez bientôt tout le temps pour travailler votre revers. Ah là 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 là. Oh, mais dès qu'il va changer après les vrais fans, oh ça a perdu son âme, machin. Dur, dur, dur. Hein. Quoi ça? Lettre Finkelfan, brouillon. Eh bien, c'est encore moi, Arthur Karl Finkelstein. Et nous voilà au 38e livre de la série de Jenny LeClue, son aventure la plus gaie de toutes. Merci à vous tous, vous les fans de Jenny LeClue, votre soutien a été incroyable pour répondre à vos questions, malgré les rumeurs que j'ai pu entendre. Les livres de Jenny ne vont évidemment pas s'arrêter là. Pas tant que mon stylo aura encore de l'encre et ma machine à écrire un ruban. Oui, la formule restera la même, je refuse de la changer. Arthurton sera toujours un endroit où règne la paix et la bonne humeur. Ah, ça doit être tous les... C'est peut-être un jeu Kickstarterisé. C'est pas un verbe, mais vous comprenez. Enfin, avec un financement participatif, et là, c'est toutes les personnes qui ont contribué, ce qui est cool. Alors, chapitre 1. Le soleil se leva pour une autre journée parfaite dans la Bourgogne pittoresque d'Arthurton. Pour les moins ah, nanana. Ok.
You don't understand what you're asking for. You want me to turn Jenny's world upside down? Kill off my characters and destroy everything I've built over the last 30 years? Fine. I'll give you what you want. But I warn you, I'm a stream of consciousness writer, and you have unleashed my fury. Good day, sir. Boring? Predictable? Bah! Well, if it's murder they want, it's murder they'll get. It should have been another perfect day in Arthurton. But today was different. And nothing would ever be the same again. To begin with, Jenny LeClue was dead. Her skin was pale, her eyes glassy and frozen. What cruel fate had befallen our beloved detective?
No, no, no.
Oh shit!
Never move the victim.
Mrs. LeClue, she's doing it again.
Jenny LeClue.
You are a dead body. Dead bodies don't talk.
Julie LeClue. Ah, c'est sa mère. Ancienne détective, enseigne des études stupides à des étudiants stupides. Horrible cuisinière.
But he's doing it wrong.
As wonderful as it would be if all cadavers were so talkative, we must deduce the cause of death without their help. With only the evidence laid before us, we build a picture from the fragments left behind. We collect clues, interpret the data, and solve our puzzle one piece at a time, until it feels as if the victim is speaking to us. But Jenny is right, Jonathan. You mustn't disturb the crime scene. Vital evidence could be lost.
Sorry, Mrs. LeClue.
Okay, you've all had a chance to study the body? Who can postulate how she met her demise?
Ooh, me. I think it was an accident.
Yeah, she obviously wasn't looking where she was going
So she slipped on the wet floor,
and cracked her head open. Like an egg.
and then she bled to death.
Really? How can you tell?
Well, there's a giant pool of blood around her head.
Yeah, I know. I was being sarcastic.
Oh. Actually, you're both wrong.
What?
It was cold-blooded murder. Murder?
Putain, c'est intense.
Don't be ridiculous.
Where's the murder weapon?
There's no evidence anyone else was even here.
Oh, yes, there is. It was murder, and I can prove it.
Résistante de labo morte.
Jenny had read all the books. She'd absorbed all her mother's teachings. But there was nothing quite like getting your hands dirty.
How many people get the chance to solve their own murder?
The first step in any good deduction was collecting evidence. Seemingly insignificant details could provide a vital piece of the puzzle.
First, I'll search the crime scene for clues.
Then she'd analyze the data. And finally...
Deduce the real cause of death.
Ok. Bah déjà, il y a ça.
The victim has a green smudge on her lips. It's not lipstick. There's no doubt the victim lost a lot of blood.
Jenny's blue sweater was scruffy and quite uncomfortable. But her grandmother had knitted it, and so it was her favorite. The more it itched, the closer she felt to her.
Approximately 8 sizes too big, and covered in mud. The floor is wet and slippery, but also immaculately clean. What a waste of perfectly good coffee.
Jenny's love for coffee was almost as strong as her passion for crime solving.
Chalky green residue on the rim. Smells like burnt matches.
Without her trusty bifocals, Jenny couldn't see the nose in front of her face. They were her window to the world, and the lens through which she focused her keen detective vision. It wasn't Jenny's style to wear accessories, but this hair clip was the exception. Its function as a lockpick had saved Jenny from a long night trapped in her school locker. She'd worn it ever since.
I've seen enough. Time to wrap this case up.
Jenny was a meticulous record keeper, noting every relevant clue in her trusty journal. A great detective knew that solving a mystery was simply a matter of connecting the dots.
I'm certain this wasn't a mere accident. Now I just need to prove it. How do I know the victim didn't slip?
La victime porte des lunettes à la monture épaisse avec une correction importante. Seul et humide et propre comme un sous-neuf. Il ne présente aucune trace. Le pull, on s'en fout.
No, that's not it. I'm missing something.
À moins que le pull et les lunettes, mais ça m'étonnerait.
That doesn't quite add up. Let me give this some more thought.
Alors autant j'adore les jeux d'enquête, autant je suis très très nul. Alors ça, il y avait marqué peut-être.
That's not right. Back to the drawing board.
Ah bah il ne présente aucune trace. Attends, c'est ça?
The victim's boots are filthy. They should have left big muddy footprints on the floor. So where are they? Either someone washed away her footprints, or she was carried here. Okay, that proves she didn't slip. So how did she actually die? What was the real cause of death?
Alors là, la bouche et la tasse de café, on l'a empoisonnée.
There's a green residue in the bottom of the victim's coffee cup. It smells of burnt matches. Phosphorus. Also found in common garden fertilizer. The same green mark is on the victim's lips. Her coffee was spiked with fertilizer. Someone clearly wanted her dead. Ah, the case of the dead lab assistant. Gone before her time. Was it poison? Yes. A blow to the head? Yes. An accident? Certainly not. No footprints in an unshattered mug? She was killed somewhere else and carried here. This is the story of a scorned ex-lover.
Jenny?
The gardener, enacting his revenge.
Oula.
Jenny!
Là, elle se laisse emporter par le RP.
Fertilizer and caffeine coursing through the veins.
That's quite enough, thank you.
What happens to the gardener?
Is this gonna be on the test? Remember, class, even the smartest criminals make mistakes. This is how we catch a killer.
But what's the point of all this?
Yeah, there hasn't been a murder in Arthurton in years.
Every town has a dark side, even Arthurton. By doubting, we are led to question. And by questioning, we arrive at the truth. Okay, that's all for today. Don't forget, next class is our field trip to the morgue.
Ouais.
So have a light lunch. The students need to think for themselves, Jenny. That's why they're here at Gumboldt. To learn.
I just figured we all had places to go. Speaking of which...
And where are you off to, young lady?
I'm a dead body mom, remember? Dead bodies don't tell. See ya.
Wait, before you go, I have something for you.
Cool. What is it?
If I told you, that would spoil the fun, wouldn't it?
The LeClues didn't simply hand each other presents. They hid them. It was a family tradition, and Jenny had developed a sixth sense for finding them. With her trusty magnifying glass at her side, nothing eluded her.
Ah, d'accord. Alors, chercher, maintenir... Ok. Est-ce que c'est toi? Non, c'est pas lui.
A new journal.
To Jenny, there was nothing better than the aroma of a fresh leather notebook. It smelled like mystery. Without missing a beat, she did what any detective worth their salt would do. She decorated it.
I love nerds. On va le mettre là. Ah, je peux ajouter des trucs. On va mettre la loupe. On va la mettre là. Changer de page. Ah, d'accord. Et je pense que tu peux récupérer des décos tout le long du jeu. J'ai envie de mettre une croix rouge. Allez, là. Grand détective n'abandonne jamais.
New adventures. She imagined all the thrilling cases that would soon fill its pages. And on the first page, her mother had written an inscription.
A great detective never gives up. Love, Mom.
Choisissitude. Vous avez choisi un air effrayant, d'accord. Page. 18 choix, putain la vache. Ok, il va y avoir une map. Carte postale. Alors, réaliste, rêveuse, logique. Émotion. Planificatrice, improvisatrice. Dévouée, résolue et directe, une meneuse de génie qui inspire les autres. Vous êtes une vraie touche-à-tout et un puits sans fond de connaissances. Mais vous pouvez parfois être intransigeante et émotionnellement distante. Alors, est-ce que c'est par rapport à mes choix? Ok.
I love it. Thanks, Mom.
Jenny, I wanted to talk about... to say...
Somewhere in the back of Jenny's highly caffeinated brain, an alarm bell was ringing. Her mum was hesitating. What could be causing her to act so out of character?
Date visuelle limitée, larmoyant, langage corporel défensif et pas de bague.
Furrowed brow.
Jenny saw it coming from a mile away. Her mother was about to get
Emotional. I've really gotta go.
No, Jenny, wait. I need your help.
What? Really?
Jenny couldn't believe her ears. It was extremely unusual for her mother to ask for help. It must be something very important. Tracing the steps of a deranged killer? A cold case that only someone with Jenny's expertise could solve?
I misplaced the students' essays on decapitation. See if you can find them for me before you leave. I have to run.
Wow, the case of the misplaced papers. Are you sure you want to trust me with such a complex task?
I have no doubt you'll be able to find them. They're around here somewhere.
Jenny was unsure if her mother was unable to detect sarcasm or just really good at ignoring it.
Ah, on va l'aider.
Okay,
allez.
Mom. I'll find them before I leave. On one condition.
Yes?
You have to let me help grade them.
One of Jenny's favorite pastimes was grading papers. Nothing pleased her more than giving a big shiny F to an overconfident student.
Don't push your luck.
Please.
Okay.
Yes.
Find the papers and go straight home.
But I'm meeting Keith tonight.
No buts, remember?
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm still feeling the effects of being poisoned for your class.
Well then, I have the perfect antidote. You're staying with your cousin this weekend, and you still need to pack.
This again? Look, I've considered your offer, Mom, and I'm going to have to decline. I'm old enough to take care of myself.
I'll be back late tonight. There's meatloaf in the fridge.
Late again? What are you up to?
Jenny LeClue, it's been a difficult week. Could you please just do what you're told for once and stop asking questions?
Maman doit aller boire un coup au bar.
Fine.
And try to stay out of trouble.
When do I ever get into trouble? All right, let's find these papers and get out of here.
Ok, donc on contrôle la gamine.
Looking rather trim today, Ethan. New diet? What's the matter? Lost your funny bone?
One of Jenny's earliest memories was making raspberry jam with her mum.
It's the perfect substitute for blood in class demonstrations. And better tasting than the pig's blood the textbook recommends.
Oh putain, elle peut dash. Gotta go fast. Too fast.
Becoming a great detective took more than book smarts. You needed real-life experience, and Jenny was always on the lookout for a chance to get her hands dirty.
Alors, un grand détective fait toujours confiance à ses instincts, réfléchit comme un tueur, suit les preuves, rend ses devoirs à temps, dissertation sur la décapitation et démembrement à rendre pour la semaine prochaine, sait quand demander de l'aide, n'en fait jamais une affaire personnelle, révèle sa main trop tôt, laisse son café sans surveillance au grand jamais, fait des suppositions.
Please do not touch. Someone must be running an experiment. Gross. Pretty soon it's gonna sprout legs.
Ok. Ah oui, c'est vrai, il y a la loupe pour... ok. Alors attends, c'est comment pour utiliser déjà la loupe? Ah oui, maintenir avec A. Alors du coup, comment je suis censé les trouver, les copies? Alors, à moins que la loupe te révèle des choses. Alors, ici dans le labor, ouais. Rusé comme un renard. Ah ouais, donc c'est bien ça en fait, ça change selon... Imaginatrice, charismatique et spontanée. Vous réfléchissez vite et vous pensez que les règles sont faites pour être enfreintes. Vous l'emportez souvent quand il faut jouer au plus fin, mais vous arrive de tricher, hein, ça. On ressent où ces copies? Ah, il y en a une là.
It's one of the students' term papers. You can tell by the terrible handwriting and erroneous conclusions. Mom must have put them behind the chalkboard.
Non. Ah, sortir. Voilà.
Found you. Time to get out of here.
Jenny looked around the room one last time. Was she ready to leave? Jenny looked around the room one last time.
Ah non, merde, je
Was
fais
she
rester
ready to
comme un con.
leave? Okay, so she wasn't really dead. That would be silly. No, Jenny was alive and well and ready for another perfect day in Arthurton.
Ok.
What the? What a mess. I should investigate.
On t'aime Dean Strasberry.
The notice board was awash with flyers, personal ads, and the occasional piece of gum.
I'm amazed anyone can find anything on here.
Fortunately, Jenny had a useful trick to use in a situation like this.
Mom always says, a great detective eliminates the noise. Focus on the details, and you'll find clarity in the chaos.
Attends, soins mystiques avec Gloria. Rencontre mensuelle de la société des astronomes amateurs. Manuel à vendre, légèrement mâchouillé. Projet de fête ce mardi. Chat perdu s'appelle Trevor.
I wonder if anyone else reads this junk. Hold on. What's this?
Avis municipal, couvre-feu. Prenez pas de risques, restez chez vous. Alors de 9h à l'aurore. Ah, nous c'est 18h. Nous nous excusons pour toute gêne occasionnée pendant les travaux d'amélioration du réseau électrique. Pendant cette période, de petites coupures d'électricité peuvent se produire.
9 p.m. to sunrise? That's ridiculous.
But necessary. Power outages had become a regular occurrence in town. It was dangerous to be wandering around after dark.
It won't be long before we need a permit to go out at all.
Ah, ça donne un autre sticker. Alors, on va aller voir le chat. Mais du coup, c'est une gamine, mais elle a genre quel âge? C'est une collégienne? C'est...
Jenny had an instinct for sorting treasure from trash. To the untrained eye, this was just a discarded piece of an old postcard. But to Jenny, it was a mystery waiting to be solved.
I should keep my eyes open for any other pieces.
L'affaire de l'intrigante carte postale. Ok.
Hey, you!
Oh, hi there!
What are you doing back there?
Well, I was pruning, but then I discovered this cerulean bugberry bush.
Discovered? These bushes are all over Arthurton.
Actually, this is an incredibly rare bloom.
There's nothing rare about Arthurton.
I beg to differ. Arthurton has many beautiful and exotic plants.
Vas-y, raconte ta science.
Really? Like what?
Mushrooms with eyes that glow in the dark, berries that emit a bioluminescent mist, and flowers with nectar as sticky as superglue.
Where? I've never seen any of those things.
Well, believe me, they do exist. I've had the pleasure of seeing them up close. That's one of the privileges of working for Dean Strasberry in his greenhouse.
Ah, c'est le doyen, d'accord.
Anyway, I should get back to work. I want everything to be perfect for the Dean's retirement celebration.
Ok. Y a rien par là, non.
Signs and decorations adorned the entire campus.
A party to celebrate the Dean's impending retirement.
Est-ce que le jeu te dit à chaque fois quand est-ce que tu peux utiliser la loupe ou c'est à toi de le trouver? Oula. Un peu plus à droite. Et un peu plus à gauche.
Left. Left. I said left, damn it. What part of left are you having trouble with?
My left or your left?
My left. Obviously, I mean my left. Why would I mean your left?
Il est confus.
So you want me to move it the other way?
Yes. Nothing would make me happier. If you're not careful, we're gonna have bronze brains all over the floor.
They seem busy. I should probably lead them to it.
Putain, tu lui mets un petit chapeau, c'est la version blague du mec du Monopoly, quoi.
Hello, Mr. Strasberry. How are you today?
Les Strawberry, doyen adoré de Gumbalt,
A jolly gentleman,
l'oncle de
the dean was
substitution de tout le
often
monde,
shaking
rit comme le Père
hands and
Noël.
kissing babies around town.
He's also Mom's boss.
But more than that, he was her loyal friend.
What do you think, Jenny?
The dean had dedicated his life to Gumboldt, and the townspeople had spared no expense in their tribute to him.
Quite a striking resemblance, Mr. Strasberry.
It's a scary thing, Jenny. Retirement.
Great excuse for a party, though. What will you do when you're no longer the dean?
I've been trying not to think about it.
This place won't be the same without you.
Things change, Jenny. Time marches on, and we must do our best to adapt. It's going to be difficult, but I'm sure we will get through it.
What do you mean, we?
Do you think they made my belly too big?
Non.
It might be all those bronze pancakes, Mr. Strasberry.
Non mais, dis juste non, c'est ressemblant.
No legacy is so rich as honesty. You are a clever one, Jenny LeClue. Speaking of which, have you been practicing your detective skills?
Have I? Of course, always.
Well then, I have a challenge for you. I bet you can't guess what I ate for breakfast.
At last, a real challenge for Jenny. A fiendishly difficult puzzle that would take all her wits to solve.
Ah, tu
To be honest, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I just have to be somewhere.
Of course.
Ah merde, non, non, non.
I understand.
Bah non, mais justement, je pensais que ça allait être l'inverse, les respecter, mais bon, bah on évite les... Enfin, ouais, ok.
What? No, that's not right. Jenny would never turn down an opportunity to flex her intellectual muscles. So she did what the dean asked.
Oui, c'est ce que je voulais faire.
Anything for you, Mr. Strasberry.
Oh, how wonderful.
But first, I need to ask you a few questions.
Oula, l'interrogatoire. Le logo, match de basket aujourd'hui. Fan
The
numéro
dean
1.
was a big fan of the Gumboldt Moonbeams, and not just because his son was a prominent figure on the team.
Well, a bench warmer anyway.
De la poudre, des pellicules, pas de cheveux, du sucre.
It can't be dandruff. He has no hair. I have a hunch it's powdered sugar.
Partirait sur des donuts sucrés, mon gros. Cuillère en guise de stylo, tête en l'air, stressé.
Looks like he accidentally put a spoon in his pocket instead of his pen. It's got a coffee stain on it.
Or massif, vieux, un ancêtre, moins de 100 ans, souvenir de famille. Presque 1 heure de retard.
His watch is slow. That's unlike the Dean. He's usually very punctual. Your watch is 45 minutes slow.
Is it? Oh my. That explains why there was no cheesecake left in the cafeteria. My head's not screwed on today. Thank goodness you noticed, or I'd be late for my meeting with your mother.
Oh, really? She didn't mention anything to me.
Oh, well, of course she wouldn't. It's nothing important.
Why are you meeting then?
It's just, she's helping me finalize my plans for,
Your party?
Yes, that's it. My retirement party. Thank you.
Are you okay, Mr. Strasberry?
Of course. Now let me just fix my watch before I forget. Now, where were we?
Waouh! Il se tape la daronne. Il se tape notre daronne. Le logo, bac scolaire, peut-être un club ou une fraternité.
Ipsa scientia potestas est. Looks like Latin. Your ring sure looks old.
It was made for my grandfather. He passed it down to my father, who passed it down to me. And when the time comes, I'll pass it on to my son.
The Stroudsbury family had been champions of education for generations.
What does the inscription mean?
Knowledge itself is power. The inquisitive spirit is a mighty thing, Jenny. And nothing is as important as the truth.
C'est pour ça que j'ai dit que t'étais gros. Oh oh. Du sang, salé, non, sucré, des graines, texture plus odeur, fruits, la confiture.
The dean didn't button his shirt properly. It looks like a bloodstain, but the seeds indicate otherwise.
Des donuts à la confiture. Je vais me retirer sur ça, moi.
For the Dean, being covered in plant life was not unusual. His work as a botanist was renowned.
Looks like you're carrying some extra baggage today, Mr. Stroudsbury.
Well, I do have a lot on my mind.
I was referring to your legs.
Oh, thank you. I have been doing my daily calisthenics.
No, I mean the sticky stuff on your pants.
What? Oh! Hitchhikers. I've been working on a new orchid hybrid in my greenhouse. They're beautiful, but the leaves are quite clingy. I will say, I am looking forward to spending more time in the dirt.
Ok. Il me manque un indice. Écriture tremblante, désordre inhabituel, beaucoup de modifications, doute de
bundle
soi.
of note cards poked out of the Dean's pocket.
Sûrement son discours.
What's he keeping so close to his chest? You've been making a lot of notes, Mr. Stroudsbury.
Oh, I was intending to make a speech on Saturday.
Why have you scratched out so much of it?
Your mother suggested I keep it short, and quite right, too. I must have rewritten it 20 times by now. I just can't seem to find the right words. So, what do you think, Jenny? Can you guess what I had for breakfast?
Sure, Mr. Stroudsbury. I've got everything I need to solve this mystery.
C'est quand même beaucoup d'infos juste pour savoir ce qu'il a bouffé ce matin. Alors.
What did the dean eat for breakfast?
Certainement. Pâtisserie, un ou deux donuts.
Jam on his shirt and powdered sugar on his tie. The evidence points strongly to the dean's breakfast consisting of 1, maybe 2 donuts.
Oh, je suis trop fort. Je l'avais call en plus.
What else can I tell about the dean's morning?
Une heure de retard. Généralement un stylo sur lui. 45 minutes de retard, oublié de la remonter. Un homme distrait.
The dean had neglected to wind his pocket watch. The act of a distracted man. This resulted in his whole routine being thrown off. Which might explain why he has a spoon in his pocket instead of a pen.
Ou alors qu'est-ce qu'il est tellement goulafre.
You had a donut for breakfast.
Yes?
I'm guessing... strawberry.
How did you know?
Oh, trop fort.
That part was easy. You always have donuts for breakfast. But something else caught my attention.
Oh?
I think you have something on your mind, Mr. Stroudsbury. You are usually a picture of precision and punctuality. But today, there's a spoon in your pocket and your shirt button is undone.
My, you really are a LeClue. Your father would be so proud.
Thanks. Well, I should be going. I'm meeting your son by the lake.
And I'm meeting your mother in the library. What a small world this is.
Too small.
A perfectly small world with everything in its right place.
Who would want to change that?
Pardon?
Nothing. See you on Saturday.
Oh, yes. Until we meet again, Jenny LeClue.
Ok, c'était sympa. Couloir avocat. Comment tu peux appeler une cabine téléphonique?
Well, that's not creepy at all.
In her short time as a detective, Jenny had learned never to ignore a ringing phone.
Hello.
The dog barks loudest before the dawn.
What? CJ, is that you?
The dog barks loudest before the dawn.
Really? This again? It's me, Jenny. We don't need to do this.
I have no idea who you are, and I know no one by that name. The dog barks loudest before the dawn.
Fine. The early bird can't catch the lazy worm.
Good. The wind blows strongly from the east.
Le vent oriental souffle fort.
People in glass houses should invest in curtains.
Excellent.
Je comprends rien.
Evening sky is full of fireflies.
Le ciel nocturne est rempli de lucioles.
The absent-minded goldfish swims into the blender.
Ah! Jenny, it is you!
Of course it is!
I need to meet with you right away.
Okay. Where do you want to meet?
This place will do.
Ah bah. Ok. CJ, amateur de théorie du coup. Ah putain, c'est un complotiste.
Everyone in town knew that CJ was mad, even dangerous.
Ah merde. Ah là là, c'est à cause de lui qu'on se fait pas vacciner. La Terre est plate. Armstrong n'a jamais marché sur la Lune. Ah merde, le complotiste. Passage régulier en prison pour ses emportements en public. Conscience de la réalité discutable.
He's not dangerous. He just doesn't accept things at face value. Sure, he's a bit fixated on extraterrestrials, but at least he's passionate about something.
CJ and Jenny certainly indulged each other's obsessions. But most of all, CJ treated Jenny like a colleague.
And not a little kid. CJ, why did we go through all that if you're right here?
Can't be too careful. Are you sure you weren't followed?
Who would be following me?
Shh. This place is compromised. We don't have long to talk. Now, what did you want to talk to me about?
What? You
C'est toi
called
qui
me.
m'as appelé.
Did I? Why?
Talking to CJ was a bit like navigating a maze. You had a rough idea of where you were headed, but you couldn't be sure you'd ever get there.
I'll help you figure it out.
Ok. Je les ai vus, sûrement des extraterrestres. Ah non, c'est une boussole. Avec le symbole des Illuminati. Aiguille perdue.
I knew he was hiding something. A compass with strange symbols where the cardinal direction should be. Looks broken. Where did you get that compass?
Ah, you spotted it. I knew you would. It belonged to my father. He left it to me to find the truth.
You're not gonna find anything with that. The needle is wandering all over the place. A bit like you.
It's searching
For what?
for them. It's this town, Jenny. It's Arthurton. They're here, among us. And this proves it.
Or it could just be broken.
Could be. I guess we'll never know.
Quel anniversaire? Quel âge a CJ? Que veut dire CJ?
Is it your birthday, CJ?
Birthday? Whose birthday? Kikes' birthday. But Kikes died on his birthday. Assassination? Possibly. Abduction? Almost certainly.
CJ, the card?
Oh, this. It's for you. Impossible shot. Died instantly.
Joyeux anniversaire, désolé pour ton père. Ok.
No suspects. No human suspects, anyway.
Thanks, CJ. That's, thoughtful. I didn't think you'd remember.
I know what it's like to lose something important to you. Now triple shred and incinerate that card as soon as possible! It's got my fingerprints all over it!
Ok. Bien, 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 bien. Ah, ah. Chaussettes bien rangées, pas une bonne cachette.
What's that sticking out of your sock?
Ah! That's what I wanted to talk to you about. I intercepted a secret message. Classified intel. It's proof, Jenny. It's happening again. It's time for us to join the fight.
This doesn't look like the kind of pamphlet he usually makes. It's being professionally printed.
Faut arrêter de regarder X-Files.
Could CJ finally be onto something?
Oh, it's just part of a cereal box.
Ah merde.
A cereal box from another space-time continuum?
Nope, just a regular cereal box. It's an ad for a toy.
But why? Why would it just be lying there in the trash?
I'm sorry, CJ. There are still great mysteries out there to solve, but this isn't one of them. So what's the plan now?
Library. Research. Very important. Very hush-hush.
They let you back in?
Not yet. But I've got this hat now.
It wasn't your head that needed covering.
No, for disguise.
I know, CJ. What is it this time? More UFOs? Radio wave mind control? A globally connected communication network used exclusively to view pictures of cats?
Jenny, you sound crazy. I'm just preparing my defense for the hearing.
Is this because you tried to hypnotize Mrs. Brown's prize poodle?
No. That was last week. It's because I peed in the water tower.
Oh, tout dégueulasse.
CJ, that's gross.
And this is the thanks I get for saving everyone from the mind control chemicals.
Mais tout le monde n'est pas consentant au Golden Shower, enfin.
Well, I guess I'll see you later then.
But CJ was gone.
CJ, I know you're standing behind the phone booth. I just watched you walk over there.
No, I'm not.
Okay then, bye.
See you later.
Oh, il est sympathique. On va dire ça comme ça. Aïda. Elle, c'était une des étudiantes.
Ah! Damn, that's the third time today.
Oops.
Hi, Jenny. Great job solving that case today. It's really cute the way that you and your mom work together. I wish I was that close with my parent.
Enough chit-chat. Got anything new for me?
Oh, yes. This is the real deal, hot off the press. I haven't had a chance to distribute these yet, so keep them to yourself.
Ada and Jenny belonged to one of the oldest societies in Arthurton. An eclectic band of treasure hunters, collectors, creators, and dealers. Together, they were known as Sticker Club.
Wow.
For generations, Gumboldt students had been hiding and finding stickers all over town. Officially, Jenny was too young to join, but she'd found so many stickers on her own that they'd made her an honorary member.
Let's see. Nice crisp edges, rich colors. Very tacky.
Thanks. I spent all week making these.
If only you spend as much time in your schoolwork, you might not be failing my mom's class.
Jenny thought to herself.
It's to celebrate the Dean's retirement. I'm super sad that he's leaving, but...
It's a perfect reason to make new stickers.
Exactly. Oh, we're going on an epic sticker hunt before the Dean's party. You should join us.
Even if Jenny had wanted to join them,
And I don't.
she knew she'd be stuck with her cousin all weekend.
Thanks, but I work alone.
Oh, okay. See you around, Jenny.
Ok, d'accord. Bon, on essaiera de trouver le plus d'autocollants possible. Pareil pour les morceaux de cartes postales. Je ferai pas le jeu à 100% en stream, mais on essaiera de faire le plus possible.
Lake Nowhere, 1 mile.
Non, parti.
Stop! Perfect. Hold it right there. Okay, let her go.
Non.
Oh dear.
That was ominous.
Detective for hire. Jenny had saved up the whole summer to place an ad in the local paper, but no one had answered it. Until now. What could this new case be? Her imagination ran wild, picturing the possibilities. And so, after helping her mum at Gumboldt College, she hurried to the pier at Lake Nowhere to rendezvous with her new client and crack another thrilling case.
Alors que Jenny approchait de la lisière de bois, elle a entendu un bruit étrange et soudain.
What the?
Hey, kid! Watch where you're going!
Hey, screw you! Your wrench nearly cracked my head open.
Oh no! It's not damaged, is it?
Sympa.
That's my lucky wrench.
Yeah, lucky it didn't kill me. When's this upgrade gonna be finished anyway?
Look, kid, I just go where they tell me. Every night, another power surge. Every morning, another part of the grid fry. And I'm out here fixing it. Do I get any thanks? No.
What's causing all the outages?
At the moment, a little red-headed girl. Now throw me my wrench, kid.
On va faire la curieuse, tiens. Et essayer de me
Looks
tuer.
like I have all the leverage. So tell me, what exactly is taking so long with these repairs? Apart from shoddy workmanship, that is.
Hey, we're busting our butts to keep your lights on. These lines should be lasting for decades, but they're burning out after just a few weeks. It's the strangest thing. Anyway, toss me my wrench, but be careful. It's a family heirloom.
But what could possibly be using that much power?
You're killing me, little girl.
Arthurton's a tiny town. The mines are practically shut down. So what could it be? Surely someone must know.
All I know is I got 3 more jobs today, and I can't finish any of them without my wrench. So, will you please just give it back already?
Fine. I've got bigger fish to fry.
Thanks, kid.
Ah ah.
As Jenny stepped out of the dark forest, She saw warm sunlight reflecting off the cool lake. And next to that, something even cooler. Keith Stroudsbury.
Come on, Keith! Dance like you beat it!
Non mais elle sort des années 70, c'est gamine quoi.
Not so much grinding.
Oh, Keith, what are you doing?
Not everyone saw it, but to Jenny, there was something special about Keith.
He's just happy being himself.
Nothing seemed to bother him.
Not even having to dance in a costume for $1 an hour.
But Jenny was not so laid back.
Not when it comes to standing up for a friend.
Especially her only friend.
I think there's been enough dancing for one day, don't you?
Café assez pour aujourd'hui. Il y a peut-être un jeu de mots, mais je l'ai pas.
Hey, Jenny. Hello, Susan.
Suzanne, oh putain. C'est Brie, Gabrielle et Linette. Mais ils ont pas l'air de se moquer, ils ont plus l'air de rire, mais pas vraiment de se moquer.
Actually, I prefer Susie.
Suzy, excuse-nous.
Busy laughing while others earn a living?
Ok, Susan.
Not everyone's got your dad's money, I guess.
Oh.
Jenny, hi!
Keith Stroudsbury, fils du doyen, éternel remplaçant dans l'équipe, meilleur ami du monde.
Cool should have been his middle name instead of Tarquin. But Keith was so cool, he didn't even mind.
Give me 1 minute. I'm just finishing my...
Sure. Don't let me interrupt your work.
My shift ends...
In 15 minutes, I know. I'm early. I'm meeting a client over at the dock. Paid case. Could be big. Real big. Couldn't be as big as her head.
Wow, that's really...
Impressive? Maybe. All I care about is keeping this town crime-free.
The only crime here is that haircut.
Ah putain.
Back in a minute, Keith. I'll have the usual.
Puriste ou sucré? Puriste.
Straight up and hot. Nothing fancy.
You got it.
Ok, je vois qu'on a trouvé les méchantes. Enfin, elles ont pas l'air méchantes, mais bon. Brett.
How about now?
Move it to the left a bit.
What's he doing up there?
Not now, kid. We're busy.
Any better?
No, keep going.
Now?
Yes, it's working. Hold it right there.
That's what all the fuss is about?
Not this guy again.
What is that?
Whatever it is, it's not my music. Maybe it's jazz?
Shh. I'm trying to listen.
You shush. I'm the DJ. I'm in charge.
When's this party getting started, boys?
Oh, just a few more minutes.
How are we supposed to dance to this?
I think we're losing them.
Another station must be interfering with the signal.
But there aren't any other stations in Arthurton. Wait! All these wires must be acting as a giant antenna.
Jenny listened closely to the mysterious transmission. It was like no other radio broadcast she'd heard before.
Hold it steady!
Sorry, I'm trying.
On dirait moi quand j'essaye de capter la télé avec une antenne intérieure.
That's just getting worse. You might as well come down.
No, wait! I can almost make out what they're saying.
But just like that, the sound faded away.
What did you do?
That's no use. Come on. We gotta get this equipment back to the AV department by 6.
Jenny was so lost in contemplation, she'd almost forgotten the case at hand.
My client. I'm supposed to meet her at the dock. Danger. No swimming. Sounds safe. How do I get this ladder down? Still stuck. That didn't work.
Je vais peut-être demander au gars là. Non.
Aha! Got you this time, you slippery fella. Ah, shucks. Just another boot.
Excuse me, Mr. Humdrum.
Oh my! If it isn't little Jenny LeClue. What a glorious day, don't you think?
As far as Jenny was concerned, small talk was like a second pair of underpants. Uncomfortable and completely unnecessary.
But Mom always says, create a good rapport, and they'll reveal everything to you.
So she gave it a shot.
How's the fishing?
Oh, the fishing's great. But the catching is bad. All I'm getting are old boots and strange bits of metal. But just look out there, Jenny. She's got that wonderful afternoon glow.
No one knew why the lake glowed at night, and few were brave enough to swim its murky waters. What lay beneath its depths was the stuff of myth and legend.
Somewhere out there lies the giant red herring, or so they say.
But no one's ever caught one. Sounds fishy to me.
Well, if she's out there, I'll catch her.
Great. Well, now that we have a good rapport, where can I find Mrs. Humdrum?
Well, she's down there on the ridge.
Only one problem. I think the ladder is broken.
Ah, yes. There's a knack to it. First you shake it, then you kick it, and then you push it.
Sounds unnecessarily complicated.
Oui, j'avoue.
I'll join you down there in a bit.
Ok.
Just have to sort my tackle out.
Alors, donc secouer. Là, un coup de pied. Et pousser.
Aha! That did the trick.
Oh, la petite musique un peu comme ça, planante, c'est sympa. Gale.
Mrs. Humdrum, I presume?
Oh, hello! You?
I'm the private detective you contacted. Jenny LeClue, at your service. I'm here to solve your case.
Who is it, Dan?
It's Jenny, dear, the LeClue girl. She doesn't see so well without her glasses.
Oh, hello, Jenny. I'm afraid I don't see so well without my glasses.
Nothing wrong with her hearing, though.
What did she say?
I said there's nothing wrong with your hearing, dear.
Oh, no, thank you. I've already eaten.
Ok.
I believe you have a case for me?
We do. We do.
Great. So what's the trouble? Haunted by the ghost of a former lover? Worried you're being poisoned by a mad uncle? Something so dark and gruesome I can't even begin to imagine the horror?
Well, I've lost my reading glasses.
Oh.
And there it was. A real case.
Oh, faut bien commencer quelque part.
Confounding mystery to challenge Jenny's brilliant mind.
I thought this was finally going to be a good one.
What do you think, Jenny? Can you help?
Sure, Mr. Humdrum. I'm gonna need to ask you a few questions.
L'affaire des lunettes disparues. Coiffure hors de prix. Plus de 1,80 m.
Looks freshly blow-dried. A professional job. Your hair looks lovely today, Mrs. Humdrum. Is that a new style?
Thank you. I had it done yesterday. Dan didn't notice. They call it the Queen's Coif.
Well, it's certainly big.
And expensive.
But I'm worth it, Dan.
Who could put a price on that beautiful head of hair?
Oh.
You're not so bad yourself, hot stuff.
Gross.
I've never been interrogated before. This is such fun.
Grossièrement x30. Visionneuse réparée.
Do you often carry a pair of binoculars?
She doesn't go anywhere without them.
I presume you don't wear your glasses when you use the binoculars.
No, I can't get my eyes close enough to the eye cups.
I see.
You really are very good.
The best.
How long have you been solving mysteries? But
I'll ask the questions, thank you.
Prise de risque, peu de chance.
Jenny had often snuck through the hole in the fence at Grubman's to watch the races. She could understand why the dogs ran so hard. They were chasing the promise of food. What the adults were chasing was less relatable.
I notice you're a gambler, Mrs. Humdrum. You've been at the Greyhound races.
That was yesterday.
we always go to Grubman's on Wednesday.
Did you take your binoculars with you?
Of course. Those little critters are so far away. I can't keep up without my binoculars.
Interesting.
What's next? Fingerprints? Oh, polygraph test? It's like you're reading my mind.
Non, un échantillon d'ADN, test d'urine et sanguinaire. Le classique. Bleu de phthalocyanine, je sais pas ce que dit.
I expect you're finding it difficult to paint without your glasses.
Oh no, I never wear them when I paint. I like to feel the canvas, to interpret the colors.
She's an incredible painter. You should have her paint you.
Thanks, but I don't mix business with pleasure.
Have you figured it out yet? The suspense is killing me.
Ah. Accroché à quelque chose.
That's a large hole. She must have caught it on something. Did you have trouble climbing down the ladder, Mrs. Humdrum?
Why, yes, I did. How on earth did you know?
There's a tear in your pants pocket.
Well, what do you know? I didn't realize these pants even had pockets. I feel like you know more about me than I do.
Ah tiens. Autocollant. Au niveau des chaussures, il n'y a rien.
Jenny recognized the distinctive indentations left behind by a pair of spectacles.
She must have been wearing them recently. You still have marks from your glasses on the bridge of your nose. You probably lost them within the last day or two.
Oh, I never would have thought of that.
When do you last remember wearing them?
I'm really not sure. Dan?
You had him at your Tuesday book club.
Oh, yes. We're reading 50 Shady Graves.
50 nuances d'écrit.
You
C'est
are
pas
so
mal.
thorough. Any more questions?
I think I have everything I need to wrap this one up. Where are Gale's glasses? There's a big hole in her pocket, but Gale didn't even know her pants had pockets. So it's unlikely that she would keep her glasses in them. Gale was at the races last night. She had to remove her glasses to use the binoculars. Gale also had her hair cut recently. It's fluffy and big, and could easily hide a small object.
Solving a complex mystery like the case of the missing glasses was tough work. But now came the most satisfying part, delivering the dramatic denouement.
Auteur de mystère.
It could have happened to anyone. Why fate picked this poor woman, we may never know.
Who's she talking to, Dan?
Shh, she's working.
Our victim. A simple-minded but well-meaning lady with mild myopia and a keen sense of fashion.
Oh, I think that's me, Dan.
A fruitless day at the racetrack. An act of instinct lost in the heat of the moment. One hand reaching for a pair of binoculars. The other moving a pair of reading glasses aside.
That's what happened.
Picture the glamorous yet impractical coiffure, tall enough to conceal a small object.
It's almost like I'm there.
Ladies and gentlemen, I posit that these missing glasses are not missing at all. They are, in fact, hiding in the victim's elaborate web of hair.
Nom de Dieu.
Oh, so they are. Right there on top of my head.
Oh putain, le dénouement de merde.
Incredible! What a talent!
They're always in the last place you look, aren't they?
A master detective in the making.
What would we have done without you?
Gale, don't forget to pay the girl.
Oh, of course, silly me. You must be rewarded generously for all your hard work.
$50 de l'heure.
Now don't spend it all in one place.
Et j'ai eu 1 centime.
Thanks. I'll do my best.
J'ai cru qu'il s'était cassé la gueule. Je lisais le titre du succès. Ok, bon, bah c'était décevant, on va dire ça.
Are you ready, Keith?
Wow, what an amazing detective.
Glasses on her head. Who could have guessed? Oh, you heard.
Whatever would we do without Master Investigator Jenny LeClue?
I thought it was pretty cool, Jenny.
And a whole nickel! You must be so excited.
Yeah, that's more than her mom makes in a month.
Oh putain. Ah, les petits aspects. Ah là là, mes personnages préférés.
Come on, guys. Let's all just... Hey, Jenny, my grandma called. She wants her sweater back.
Oh putain. Au moins la blonde, elle est sympa.
Oh, how wonderful it was to joke around with friends.
I've had enough of this.
Froissé. Nouveau. Elle les porte toujours. Brossé sur son visage. très méchant.
Skirt ironed but unevenly. The work of a distracted housewife. Brand new, hideously overpriced shoes. Overcompensating father.
Ouh, ça parle des daddy issues.
Your dad's sleeping with Deborah's mom again, isn't he?
Voilà.
What? No! How do you... Shut up, Jenny! You don't know anything! Wow, Jenny. That was cruel. Who even says something like that?
Aw, don't cry, Veronica.
She's just a weirdo nobody! Jenny, let who? And the case of the missing friends! Yeah. Good one, Veronica. Come on, let's get you home. Are you coming, Susie?
Thanks for the coffee, Keith. And the extra sugar.
Of course. It's...
Nothing special at all, and the same thing he does for everyone. Oh, okay.
Ah là là, elle casse le plan.
See you around, Keith. Well, that went well. Shall we?
Yeah. I've got no customers now anyway.
Je les ai toutes fait fuir. Ah mais direct ça parle des daddy issues quoi. En même temps elle l'a cherché hein.
Nothing exciting ever happens here. I'm so tired of these simple cases. Ugh. How am I supposed to become a real detective if there are no real crimes to solve?
You help that old lady? Darn.
Thanks, Keith. But it was stupid, and everyone knew it, including your girlfriend.
She's not my...
And you really mustn't let them treat you like that. You should stick up for yourself.
They don't mean anything.
Sometimes you just gotta speak up and say how you feel.
Well,
You can't just let people walk all over you, Keith.
Okay.
On va être honnête.
It doesn't matter anyway. Nothing's gonna change. Not in this ghost town.
It's not so bad.
Don't you ever wonder what it would be like to live somewhere else?
Oh, not really.
Who am I kidding? There is nowhere else. Not for miles.
Non, on sent pas les ricochets.
Oh, shucks.
I see practice is going well. Is your dad still pressuring you to play?
Well...
Come on, Keith. You hate basketball. And tough love, but you're the worst player on the team.
Not the worst.
Well, on the bench anyway. Why don't you just tell him you don't want to play anymore?
It's a Strasberry tradition.
That's my point, Keith. This whole town is dead, stuck in the past. Everyone is just doing what they're told without questioning why. Where's the ambition, the sense of adventure?
Are we still talking about basketball?
Ugh.
How's your mom?
She seems distracted. Normally, she's so focused on her job. I mean, it's understandable. It's been almost a year since... And now she's planning to go away for the weekend. And she still won't tell me why.
Yeah?
She was definitely acting weird earlier.
Maybe she's... lonely?
You know what? You're right.
I am?
She shouldn't be alone right now. Actually, your dad told me they were meeting in the library. We're going to need supplies. 2 of Mr. Bean's finest, please. To go, of course. Here is my payment in full.
That's a nickel.
Put the rest on my tab? Thanks for the pep talk, Keith. You always know what to say to make me feel better.
Last stone. You want it?
You take it. You need to practice.
Here goes nothing.
Three-pointer!
Nice one, Keith. Maybe your luck's finally changing.
Oula.
Keith was an excellent listener. Or maybe he just didn't speak much. Either way, Jenny really enjoyed their little talks. He was the only person who really seemed to understand her. Jenny biked briskly towards the library back on campus to surprise her mother. Nothing exciting ever happens here, she grumbled, unaware of the great adventure that lay in store, just around the corner.
La bibliothèque était calme. J'aime bien le portrait, c'est exactement les mêmes. Trop calme.
Gerald Stroudsbury. Cornelius Stroudsbury. It's a wall of Stroudsburys.
The Stroudsbury lineage stretched back to the very founding of the university. There had been a Dean Stroudsbury at Gumboldt for over 150 years.
There won't be for much longer. The dean's retiring, and the only Stroudsbury left is Keith. And he's not exactly the academic type. No one on duty. A book thief's paradise. There's a note on the desk.
Cet homme n'est pas autorisé à rentrer dans la bibliothèque pour cause d'incidents antérieurs. Il peut porter un chapeau et une fausse moustache. Merci de rester vigilant. Ah là là, CJ. Par contre, il y a un autocollant là. Quelqu'un n'arrête pas de laisser des chariots à livres dans l'espace d'études en silence. Merci de ne pas les laisser traîner et les ramener au bureau de l'accueil. Et arrêtez de monter dessus. Les échelles ne sont pas là pour décorer. Leslie... Leslie, je sais pas qui. Ok.
That was weird. Hello? Mom? Mr. Stroudsbury? Anybody?
Jenny's words echoed through the library.
Something's not right here.
A mystery was unfolding.
Whatever it is, I'll get to the bottom of it.
L'affaire de la bibliothèque silencieuse. Trop silencieuse. Par contre, ces lampes, enfin ces plafonniers, ah ça a un certain style, hein, mais moi ça me plaît.
Les Stroudsbury, Gumboldt's 21st and jolliest dean, smiled down at Jenny.
Looking a bit wonky today, Mr. Stroudsbury.
A pair of wires ran down the wall and disappeared behind the painting.
It's too high to reach. What are you hiding back there? The chandeliers that adorn this library are made from rare Arthurtonian quartz, kindly donated by the Glatz Foundation.
The Glatz family was one of the oldest in town. They were the first to mine the valuable quartz deposits beneath Arthurton. And as such, they became incomparably wealthy.
And they sure like to let everyone know it. Laddertron 5000, the pinnacle of remote ladder and bookcase technology, kindly donated by the Glatz Foundation. Whoa, dangerous!
The newly installed ladder system was prone to malfunction.
Should have kept the old wooden ladders. They never tried to electrocute me. I need to find a way to turn the power off.
Ah, attention. Alors... que la lampe va me servir à quelque chose. La loupe, la lampe, n'importe quoi.
Jenny gazed at the technological marvel of Laddertron 5000.
Seems pointless. It's not hard to move a ladder. Sometimes it feels like some unknown force is just trying to slow me down.
Alors. Comment ça marche?
Jenny was notorious for climbing book carts.
It's the only way to reach the highest shelves. In fact, this could be useful.
But something else had caught her eye.
This table's a complete mess. Who would leave it like this?
Théorie du complot, schéma brouillon, livre de généalogie, document sur la vieille ville.
Illegible scribbles, intricate diagrams of giant machines.
Et salut Rimsad, comment ça va?
A worn copy of Aliens in Arthurton.
Jenny knew only one person could have been sitting here.
CJ.
CJ. It's odd though. He usually hides everything when he's finished. What's this?
A tattered piece of paper with a series of seemingly unrelated notes.
Hop. Bon, ça va, ça va. Je commence ce nouveau jeu et pour le moment c'est plutôt marrant. Les hommes de l'ombre. Signe d'atterrissage. OVNI.
UFOs, shadowmen, experiments on corpses.
It seemed that CJ was unraveling a mystery of his own.
Wait, there's something on the other side. Wow, a color map of Arthurton.
Jenny had never seen a town map with this level of detail before.
Can't believe CJ left this behind. That's so unlike him. He'd be terrified if anyone else found it. I'll keep it safe until I see him again.
Je pense pas qu'il y ait des trucs dessus. Ouais, non, pour le moment, le début est vraiment sympa. Ok. Donc j'ai gagné la carte. Je peux la décorer, mais je vais pas le faire. Parce que j'ai envie d'avoir la carte tranquille. En gros, pour raconter vite fait l'histoire, enfin le début là, on voit un auteur de livres qui voit que sa série à succès n'a plus du tout de succès, quoi. Et là, on contrôle son personnage phare qui s'appelle Ginny LeClue. Et en gros, on est en train de vivre sa dernière aventure. Ah oui, d'accord.
No secrets between friends, Mr. Strasberry.
Jenny stood on her tiptoes and delicately removed the priceless painting from the wall.
Oops. Aha! Precisely what I was hoping to find.
It was?
Let's see. Lights, bookcases, ladders. I'll cut the power and continue my investigation.
But Jenny knew better than to play with electricity, so she left it alone.
It's a simple switch. Perfectly safe.
Et merde.
The eerie silence unnerved our tiny hero. But even worse was the dark. Jenny had always been terrified of the dark.
Just breathe. A great detective never succumbs to fear. Looks like that did the trick.
Ok.
Jenny stopped in her tracks. The sign clearly read, "Wet floor, caution." Her path was blocked.
You're kidding me, right?
Trampling muddy feet over a perfectly clean floor? She was a maverick, not a monster.
Il y a des limites. Du coup... Ah merde. Ah, il est là le trou.
The fallen remains of a bookcase blocked Jenny's path.
It looks like a bomb went off in here. It's too precarious to climb over.
Et la loupe te dit rien. Ouais, non, de toute façon, ils te disent quand tu dois utiliser la loupe.
Rare books. Our most precious collections reside in this temperature-controlled room. Kindly donated by the Glatz Foundation. Yeah, we know. It's locked. No problem, I'll just pick it.
Jenny was skilled with a lockpick, having watched her mother demonstrate the process countless times. But that was just for fun at home. This was the real world. You couldn't just go around picking other people's locks. That was a crime.
A great detective knows when to bend the rules. And the paperclip she has in her pocket. Mom always says, lockpicking is a subtle art. Move slowly and search for the sweet spot.
position idéale. Moi, je te fais ça comme un bourrin. Ah, le jeu est vraiment stylé. Ouais. Ah ah, attends.
Bingo.
It must have been a rush of blood that caused Jenny to act so irrationally. Regardless, she had picked the lock and felt strangely exhilarated. What treasures lay behind the door?
Oh, it's empty. Still, that book cart could be useful.
Ah, il y a un truc là.
There's something on that shelf, but I can't reach it.
Non. Ah, sortir. Ah, c'est une... Ok. C'est un morceau de carte postale, c'est un collectible. Un peu dans le style, mais avec une 2D pixel que j'avais gratos. Cathy Rain, Detective Eastbourne. Non, je connais pas.
Something's blocking the ladder. There's something stuck in the track.
Ah
Scientia, potestas, est.
La bague du doyen.
It's the Dean's ring. No wonder the ladders were malfunctioning. The ring must have caused a short circuit. I'll keep hold of this and return it to the Dean when I see him next. Whoa!
An empty library, a fallen bookcase, and now a broken balcony?
This mystery has all the hallmarks of foul play.
Ah, j'avoue, la gamine... Ah bah c'est une détective, hein. Ça saute haut. Hein. Impact énorme.
They say words can't hurt you. In this case, I'd be inclined to disagree.
Force colossale.
Solid iron and oak, torn apart like a piece of bread. It would have taken some serious force to do this. Something bad happened here. This is feeling more and more like a crime scene.
And then Jenny saw it. Covered in a ripped curtain and surrounded by broken glass.
It is a crime scene.
L'autre, elle est toute hype. Ouais, un cadavre. C'est génial. Je vais voir où est-ce que... non, attends, c'est quoi le journal? Ah oui, c'est Y. cerveau avec le chat. À faire. Changer de page. Non, ça doit pas être la carte. Non, c'est pas là. Ah voilà, carte postale. 5 sur 6, 0 sur 7, 0 sur 10, 0 sur 7. Ok. Non, pas ça. Bon, moi je parie sur le doyen.
You never forget the first time you see a dead body. It harrows the mind, terrifies the soul, scars you to your very core.
A dead body? No way. This is amazing!
Who lay under that curtain? Who had breathed their last breath? Who had shuffled off this mortal coil to meet their maker?
It could be anyone. I mean, it could be an escaped lunatic from the asylum. Or an axe-wielding maniac on the run from the cops. It could be...
It could be...
Mom? Oh no. Please, no.
No, you never forget the first time you see a dead body.
Je voulais voir si de l'autre côté il y avait un morceau de carte postale. Attention, extra drame.
Jenny knew it was wrong to disturb the crime scene.
But I have to know who's under here.
Slowly, she drew back the heavy cloth.
Please don't be my mom. Please don't be my mom.
Ah, c'est le doyen. Je le savais.
Thank God. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. Poor Mr. Stroudsbury. What happened to you?
Was this a terrible accident? Or worse?
Murder!
Her stomach churned, seeing the Dean's lifeless face, his contorted frame. Jenny felt the urge to run, to get as far away from this horrific sight as possible. Jenny had longed for an adventure, for a real case to solve.
Ah bah là t'es servi, hein.
I didn't expect it to be like this.
She gathered herself, took a deep breath, and began to search for clues.
What the fuck is that?
He looks like he's been dead for weeks. His skin is pale and colorless, and there's a strange mark on his neck.
The Dean's hand was clamped shut around a small object.
That's strange. Rigor mortis usually takes hours to set in. I'm sorry for what I'm about to do, Mr. Stroudsbury, but this could be a vital clue. Mom's ID card? But that means...
Julie LeClue had definitely been here.
She could be the last person to have seen him alive.
She could be the killer.
Impossible. My mother's a forensic expert. She'd never leave such incriminating evidence behind.
But even the smartest criminals made mistakes. Jenny couldn't deny this looked bad for her mum.
If anyone else sees this, they'll jump to conclusions. They'll think my mom's a murderer. Unless...
A peculiar thought crossed Jenny's mind.
Unless... there's nothing to find.
Removing evidence from a crime scene was highly unethical.
So is planting evidence to frame an innocent person.
She had no proof of that?
I have to do something.
J'aurais fait ce que je ferais à sa place.
My mom would kill me if she knew I was tampering with evidence. But I have to protect her.
J'aurais fait exactement la même chose.
It's smashed, most likely from the fall. The hand stopped at 3:57 p.m. That gives me a potential time of death.
If Jenny had arrived just a few minutes earlier...
I might have been able to save him.
The Dean's planner lay open on today's date.
Perhaps I can retrace his steps and create a timeline of events.
Alors, retrouver nanana, réécrire, jeudi, ça c'est fait. Jeudi, bibliothèque, discuter. Après-midi, réécrire l'introduction. Vendredi, déjeuner avec Kiss. Décalé à mardi. Samedi, ils devront continuer sans moi. Discours, dîner de la faculté. Feu de joie, bois, murmure. Minuit, retraite. Youpi!
Looks like he completed all his chores for the day. I already knew the Dean was meeting Mom here. So where is she now? Meet JL. Could that be Mom? Where's Widow's Drop? I've never heard of it. Looks like he cancelled his meetings on Friday and rearranged lunch with Keith. Oh, poor Keith.
Jenny didn't know how she would break the news to him.
But I should be the one to tell him. Gossip spreads like wildfire in Arthurton. He sure was working hard on that speech. I'm sad he won't get to deliver it. A book about chance. What are the odds this was an accident?
Toss a coin to your witcher.
There are bits of glass and metal debris everywhere. He has burn marks on his hand. The Hawk and the Weasel and other bedtime stories. It could be important. Then again, it could have just joined the Dean for the ride.
Okay. Pas d'autres indices. Enfin, si, il en reste un, je sais où il est, mais pas de morceau de quelque chose. Apparemment, non.
It's a book about predicting the future. I suppose it didn't belong to Mr. Stroudsbury then. I think that's all the evidence I'm going to find here.
She took one last look at the Dean's lifeless body.
I'm sorry, Mr. Stroudsbury. I promise I'll get to the bottom of this.
Jenny knew she should leave and call the police. But how often did a case like this come along?
Never. There's more to this than meets the eye.
L'affaire de sa vie. Tu m'étonnes.
Some of this evidence must be connected.
So she opened her journal to join the dots.
What was the apparent cause of death?
Alors. Quelle était la cause vraisemblable de la mort? Balustrade cassée. La marque de brûlure.
Nope, that's not what I meant. Let me try that again.
Peut-être avec la bague.
It looks like the Dean was thrown from the balcony when he reached down to pick up his ring, which was stuck in the electrified ladder track. He grabbed the curtain, but it didn't slow him down. He landed on a bed of metal and glass debris. What is unusual about the Dean's death?
Bah ça. L'impact. Ça peut-être. Non.
No, that's not it. I'm missing something.
Je suis sûr qu'il y a le cou et visage, mais avec quoi ça peut être nié? Peut-être le livre? Non.
That doesn't quite add up. Let me give this some more thought. No, that's not it. I'm missing something. The Dean has a strange mark on his neck. All the skin around his face is gray and gaunt. I've never seen anything like it before. He's holding my mom's ID card, which makes her the prime suspect. But why would she, or anyone, want to kill Dean Stroudsbury?
Jenny suspected foul play, but what was the motive? Had she missed something?
The watch! The Dean's watch stopped at 3:57 p.m. When I came into the library, the clock tower rang 4 times. The library only has 1 exit. And I haven't seen anyone but the Dean since I got here.
Which meant, if the Dean was murdered...
The killer must still be here. He's getting away!
Oh shit! Allez, vas-y, gamine.
Jenny could hear police sirens in the distance.
Someone must have tipped them off. I'll catch the murderer and keep him busy until the cops arrive.
Chasing after murderers was hardly the job of a little girl.
Hey you! Stop!
Despite surviving her fall without so much as a broken bone, Jenny couldn't help but feel she had failed. As the sirens grew louder, she knew it would only be a matter of time before the sheriff arrived. And then she'd have to explain why she hadn't called for help. But the worst feeling of all was that she had let the killer escape. As she drifted slowly into unconsciousness, Jenny heard a familiar voice. Concerned, gentle, soothing.
Jenny? Oh, Jenny, what have you done?
Mom?
Freeze!
Freeze,
You're under
motherfucker.
arrest.
Oh là là, le drama.
What have I done? I killed him. This is all wrong. Murder in Arthurton? This is not an appropriate story for Jenny LeClue. Poor Dean Stroudsbury. What was I thinking? I've gone too far. Perhaps I should take a break. Come on, Rufus. Let's go for a walk. Clear our heads and work off some of this jam.
Mais le chien, il a pas envie. Carte, on va passer CJ, la bague. Oh, c'est classe.
Why were you there?
I told you I was looking for Mom.
Why?
We were going to grade papers. When do I get to see her?
Did you disturb the crime scene?
Of course not. Now let me speak to my mom.
Putain, c'est Little Nightmares 2 le truc.
Keith! Please, look at me. Keith, wait! horrible
B.
nightmare.
Vraiment incroyable comme scène.
Dean Stroudsbury was dead. My mom was in jail. Keith told me he never wanted to see me again. And worst of all, I was surrounded by an evil army of giant teddy bears.
Unfortunately, it was all true, including the teddy bears.
My eyes! There's something wrong with them. Everything's pink.
But her eyes were fine. It was the room that was pink. Pink cuddly toys. Pink furniture. Pink clothes. And a hand-drawn homage to teenage heartthrob Pelvis Cressley.
Pelvis Cressley. D'accord. Erreur Imsana.
Covered in pink hearts.
Super le dessin.
Everything a teenage girl could dream of.
It looks like a marshmallow exploded.
It was at this point Jenny remembered where she was.
I shouldn't be here. What happened?
Ouais, on dirait un peu la chambre de la Panthère Rose ou de Katy Perry.
And what is that terrible music? I can't think straight with that racket playing. These aren't my clothes. And where's my journal?
That wasn't the only thing missing.
The Dean's ring. It was in my pocket.
Ok, j'ai toujours par contre la loupe. Ouvrir la porte. You're the fan that I love.
You're the fan that I love.
Ah yes, the eagerly awaited follow-up to the smash hit. Even though I'm a big star and you're just a fan, perhaps someday we could be together.
Super. Pelvis Cressley and the Hip Thruster.
Ugh, who buys this crap? Huh? Hushed whispers in the hallway? I should investigate. It's locked from the outside. Who would trap a child in this nightmarish hellscape?
Jenny peeped through the tiny keyhole. As her eyes adjusted to the light, she recognized the substantial frame of Winston LeClue. Arthurton's long-standing sheriff, and Jenny's...
Granddad!
Ah, le shérif, c'est le grand-père. Un cheval sur les règles se méfie de l'humour et un faible pour les petits chatons.
was contentious, to say the least. He was a stern and humorless man who placed honor, tradition, and the law above all else.
Ah, il est de droite. Il regarde Éric Zemmour tous les soirs.
Sometimes even family.
But what was he doing here?
And who is he talking to?
Florence Glatz.
Florence and Richard Glatz were the wealthiest couple in town, and hugely influential.
Femme du monde influente, philanthrope généreuse. Dents trop blanches pour être honnête. Ça se trouve, c'est un dentier.
Their company, Glatz Mining and Supply Corps, was the oldest in Arthurton. While Richard may have been the head of the business, everyone knew that Florence wore the pants. Exceptionally charming and generous, she always had a smile on her face.
Which is why I don't trust her one bit.
Being careful not to make a sound, Jenny leaned in and listened.
With everything going on, I don't have time to watch her.
It's no trouble at all, really, Winston.
She can stay for as long as she likes. The girls are great friends. I only hope she feels better soon. That was quite the scene she made at the funeral.
She should have left the boy alone.
Really, Winston, this whole situation must be unbearably traumatic for the poor girl. Her mother in jail, and what she saw in the library. One shudders at the thought. And all this barely a year after what happened to Henry.
She'll be fine. Just keep an eye on her. She can be a real handful.
Oh, don't worry, I've planned everything. Pony rides, afternoon tea, and tomorrow, we're going dress shopping.
Non, oh, c'est merveilleux.
Oh, that reminds me. I have something for you.
Dress shopping? First they locked me up, now they want to torture me? I need to get out of here. Fast.
But her curiosity was piqued. She had to know what Mrs. Glatz had gone to fetch, and so she waited.
Alors.
When Thalidius T. Pumberbitten discovered the first quartz seam lining the Great Mountains, little did he know the impact it would have on the future of the town.
Little did he know the Glatz family would muscle in and take over the whole operation.
Nowadays, it was hard to go anywhere in town without seeing something made from it.
Quelle torture. Ah, c'est de la cruauté.
The duty of sheriff had been Winston's birthright, passed from father to son for generations. Of course, that tradition would now end with him, but he preferred not to think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Nathaniel Glatz stared disapprovingly back at Jenny.
Creepy old man.
Alors j'aime bien parce que c'est le même portrait que ceux de la famille du doyen à la bibliothèque.
Actually, this was the man who saved Arthurton. When the quartz mines began to run dry, it was his research into the unique properties of the crystals that secured the future prosperity of the town and the company.
Huh? Where did he go?
Putain, c'est Halo Neighbor.
What are you doing down there?
Thought I heard something.
Really? A man of your age spying on teenage girls? I've told you already, she won't be going anywhere.
It was probably just Jenny's imagination, but those words felt oddly
sinister.
Here.
Why does Mrs. Glatz have official police documents?
Satisfied.
How is Julie?
She's in the safest place, behind bars.
Surely they don't believe she's guilty.
I don't envy you, Winston. It must be hard to stay impartial. If the poor dear would just confess, it would make things much easier.
I have everything under control.
Of course you do, dear. No one doubts your loyalty to Arthurton. We must continue to look out for each other, now more than ever.
Sheriff, are you receiving?
Go ahead.
It's the LeClue house, sir. We found something.
I'll be right there. Over.
It sounds like you've got important things to take care of.
Yes. Well, good night, Florence.
Good night, Winston.
Don't let her out of your sight. She is a LeClue, after all.
I'm sure we'll manage.
Jenny couldn't believe what she'd just heard.
Everyone thinks my mom's a murderer.
Thankfully, her mother's fate was in safe hands. The fine people of the Arthurton Police Department.
Oh, God. She's gonna rot in jail.
Jenny could leave the case to them and enjoy a fun week of pony rides and shopping sprees.
No.
No.
Fuck that shit.
Mom always says a great detective leaves nothing to chance. I have to do something.
But she was just a kid. What could she possibly do?
This is my chance. The case of a lifetime. My mom needs me, and I won't let her down. I'm gonna find my stuff and get out of here.
And just like that, a great adventure began.
Alors. Oula.
I love you. I love you. You are my best friend.
You scared the life out of me, pig.
tout Jésus.
The sun was setting behind the great mountains of Arthurton, cradling the town in a warm red embrace.
I slept the whole day away? I have to get out of here and make up for lost time. All the dangly bits are swaying. Strange. It's not windy in here. There's a track in the ceiling panel around the chandelier. It looks like it can move.
Attends, fais voir les récompenses.
Best in show, horse ballet. First prize, advanced table etiquette. There's one here for best smile. Seriously? A heart-shaped mirror for the lady who loves herself. There's something strange about this mirror. This requires further investigation. Ouch! That's hot! Nothing happened. I thought I was onto something.
Ah, attends, il y a sûrement un truc avec, je vais le faire après. Mémorial du héros ravagé.
I don't remember any of this.
Une enfant émotionnellement instable a été vue en train de crier contre des membres de la congrégation, causer des dégâts matériels et même profaner le cadavre. Après une longue poursuite, la jeune fille s'est effondrée et a été emmenée hors des lieux.
Bet that kid's in a lot of trouble. Mom wasn't covered in blood. That's a lie.
Jenny thought of her poor mother, locked away in a jail cell for a crime she didn't commit.
Don't worry, Mom. I'll prove you didn't do it as soon as I get out of here. Pushed from the balcony? That's not what happened. And no mention of electrocution. Either this is shoddy reporting, or someone is trying to cover up what really happened.
Les deux.
My mom's still in jail, so the police must not think this was an accident.
And if it wasn't an accident, then...
The real killer is still out there. I've never seen so many clothes. Maybe mine are in here somewhere. Well, my clothes definitely aren't here. They'd be easy to spot amongst all the sequins and ribbons.
Ah, un autocollant. Et le disque, je crois qu'il n'y avait rien dessus. Alors on va re-regarder le miroir.
Seriously, who has windows this big?
Below, Lake Nowhere stretched out as far as the eye could see. In the distance, Jenny could just make out the great lighthouse on Skull Island.
It's foggy out there tonight.
Si par exemple je fais ça.
I feel like I've seen that heart shape somewhere else in this room. That's more fun than it should be.
Alors est-ce qu'il y a un cœur? Ah bah le cœur, oui, sur le CD. Alors, les 4, les 2 en coin. 3... Attends, sur la gauche, 3, 3. Et sur la droite, 3, 2. Ok. Ah non, c'est juste une chambre. Une chambre riche. Alors, hop, hop. Alors, donc j'ai dit 3, 2, 3 et 1, 2, 3. Là et là.
Now I remember. The light bulbs look just like the picture on the Pelvis Crestley record.
Ah, c'est pas ça? Attends, j'ai dû me tromper. Ah non, il y avait 3 d'écart et 2 d'écart à droite. Donc c'est juste celle du bas. Ah oui, quand même.
This family's disposable income is outrageous. I always knew they were hiding something. I bet there are all kinds of horrific secrets lurking up there.
Alors attends, je pouvais crocheter la serrure.
I don't have my detective gear to pick the lock. Besides, I can't just walk out in front of Mrs. Glatz.
Ok. C'était pour vérifier.
Oh, it's just a dusty old attic.
Dozens of old boxes covered in dust and
N'empêche, c'est
cobwebs,
stylé, hein.
filled with toys, school projects, and old trophies.
Attics, where dreams go to die. Oh, hello, spooky bear. Feels like he's watching me.
Viens faire un câlin. Le truc trop flippant.
Everything in here is covered in dust, except this bear. And there's light coming from behind him. What are you hiding, spooky bear? Smothered by a giant teddy bear. What an end that would have been. Just as I suspected, a hidden staircase.
Attends, je vais aller à gauche, il y a peut-être des trucs.
Aha! A way out of here. Locked. But where is the lock?
Ok, c'était juste pour vérifier. Mais c'est quoi cette baraque?
Jenny was no stranger to the labs at Gumboldt, but she'd never seen anything quite like this.
Et c'est censé être le grenier, ça.
Certainly not inside someone's house.
Hey! What are you doing up here? Not again! Susie?
Ah, je m'en doutais que c'était la blonde. Susie Glatz, héritière de la fortune des Glatz.
Loved by all, kind to a fault. Jenny's cousin was also the most popular girl in town.
Détestablement populaire et elle sent le bonbon. Ugh. Dégueulasse. Ah, c'est elle la cousine. D'accord.
Oh, hi, Jenny. You should be in bed resting. What are you doing up here?
I should ask you the same question. What is all this equipment? And why is there a secret elevator running from your room to the attic?
Oh, you must mean my collection of teddy bears.
Fous-toi de ma gueule.
Don't play dumb with me, Susan Glatz. These bears are hiding nothing. And that one's wearing a welding helmet.
Well, there's a simple explanation for that.
En fait, chaque ours a un métier. Il y a l'ourson docteur, l'ourson qui fait de la soudure, l'ourson chômeur, l'ourson chimiste, l'ourson secrétaire.
There are just too many to fit in my bedroom.
You're sweating like a freshman at prom, Susan. Now answer the question. What are you really doing up here?
It's not what you think. This is where teddy bears. I have vintage bears, new bears, rare collectible bears.
Enough! Stop avoiding the question. You don't need to hide anything. You can be honest with me.
I can't. You wouldn't understand.
Try me.
Susie's secret was the kind you took to the grave. A shameful, dark secret.
Oh, c'est une fausse blonde.
A secret so shocking she feared she would lose everything. Her friends would abandon her. Her family would disown her. She'd never find true love.
Oh God! I'm going to die alone! Ugh. You can't tell anyone. You have to promise me.
Ah, promis.
Fine, just stop whimpering like a lost puppy. You're embarrassing yourself.
Here goes nothing. This is my secret laboratory. Where I design and test my inventions.
Your laboratory, where you invent things.
Yes.
You, a cheerleading, horse-riding, dress-wearing debutante.
Ah, c'est logique, hein.
Yes.
I want to believe you, Susie, but you know how crazy that sounds.
That's why you can't tell anyone. If people found out, I'd lose everything.
Could it be true? Was Susie Glatz, in fact, a secret nerd genius?
Ah, moi je trouve ça plausible. Hein.
Was she really leading a double life?
There's only one way to find out. Susan Quincy Glatz, I'm gonna have to ask you a few questions.
Tu vas me dire pi avec 20 décimales. Faire à souder, déguisement.
Pink bows, fluffy bears, stylish clothes. She can't possibly be a scientist. Do you really expect me to believe that you aren't obsessed with boy bands and the color pink? Brain or bimbo? Which one is it?
I am a scientist. But I also believe in the importance of good skincare and the power of matching accessories.
You sound ridiculous.
Susie couldn't be pretty, popular, and smart. That was just greedy.
Cocotte en papier.
The Dean was wearing one the day he died.
Could Susie have played a part in the Dean's death? All of Jenny's instincts told her it wasn't possible, but she needed to know for sure.
Avec tact.
You smell nice. What perfume is that?
Oh, thanks. It's called Innocent.
Innocent. Oh putain, l'orthographe. Quelle horreur.
I remember you were wearing it last Thursday at the lake.
I was.
What did you do that day, after you left?
Peggy and I took Veronica home. She was really upset.
Elle était vraiment... Ah oui, après avoir dit que... que son père trompait sa mère encore une fois. En même temps, elle m'avait fait chier. Hein.
And you were there all afternoon?
Yes. Why?
How close is Veronica's house to the library?
I don't understand. Why do you want to know all this?
I need to rule you out as a suspect.
Ouais, vraiment.
Suspect? Why would I be a suspect?
You're certainly very good at keeping secrets.
I didn't do anything. Just ask Peggy or Veronica.
Putain, Peggy, mais... Oh, le genre de prénom qui devrait être banni, quoi.
I don't know why you're friends with them. They are terrible character witnesses.
First Veronica, then Keith, and now me. I never thought I'd say this, but sometimes you can be a real... jerk.
What were you saying about Keith?
Well, you didn't exactly make things easier for him, did you? You don't remember, do you? Oh, well, I suppose it wasn't that bad.
What do you mean?
After you interrupted the Reverend's eulogy, and after Keith asked you to stop, you tripped and knocked over the Dean's casket.
Demande à Véronica. Oh là là. Ah, elle est bonne. Monsieur a des références, ça fait plaisir.
And I guess they hadn't secured the lid properly? Because he rolled right out, to horrified gasps.
Oh merde.
As you collapsed and fell into his open grave.
On dirait une scène d'un film à la Scary Movie au Hot Shot, quoi.
And that's why everyone's so worried about you.
It all came flooding back. She had tried to defend her mum and repair her relationship with Keith. Instead, she had ruined everything. Jenny had lost her best friend.
You should talk to Keith. I'm sure he'll forgive you.
Elle a pas tort.
It's not that simple. He thinks my mom killed his dad.
She felt the distance between them grow with every passing minute. How could she face him without answers?
I have to find the Dean's real killer.
Ok. Y a rien dans ses cheveux. Non, bah c'est une vraie blonde alors.
All this stuff looks authentic, but that doesn't mean it belongs to Susie. If this is really your lab, what does that thing do?
That's Tim. He's a thermal imaging machine. He uses reflected thermographic projections to infer depth-related topography in subsurface bodies.
Come again?
He lets you see inside stuff.
Well, what about that thing?
That's Judy Kate, a gamma-ray induction polygraph.
And that?
Hydraulically propelled telemetric manipulator.
And this?
That's a tea set. What? I like to drink tea.
How did you get all this stuff up here anyway? And without being seen?
You'd be surprised how much you can hide on a giant stuffed teddy bear.
I know what's going on here. You've stolen all this stuff. And you're planning to sell it all to buy more fluffy cushions or pink horses or something.
I didn't steal any.
Là, ça devient tordu.
Some of the parts are from my father's factory. The rest I bought with my allowance.
That's some allowance. If you didn't steal it, why are you worried about people finding out?
I'm head cheerleader. I'm captain of the equestrian team. If the other girls knew about this, they'd laugh me all the way to the back of the cafeteria.
Why do you care what they think?
It's not just them. If my parents found out about my lab, they'd kill me.
Why? Don't they want you to be a scientist?
I think they'd like me to marry a scientist. Dad says science is a man's job. Girls are supposed to bake pies and become prom queen.
Parce que la place de la femme, c'est à la cuisine. Ah là là, la pauvre. Non mais je la crois, franchement je pense pas qu'elle mitonne. Ou alors c'est une très très bonne menteuse.
Everyone in Arthurton is stuck in the past.
If anyone else showed him the things I've created, he'd call them a genius and make them his lead scientist.
So tell him. Prove him wrong.
I just can't. You have to keep my secret. I'm begging you, Jenny.
Poor Susie. All of her secrets laid bare. Jenny couldn't help but feel...
disgusted.
Maybe there was more to Susie than she had first presumed.
Non, y a rien au niveau de ses talons, ça là. Ah, qu'est-ce que c'est?
Seeing textbooks strewn about the floor reminded Jenny of something.
My journal! I need to get my stuff back. Where are my clothes?
Oh, Gerald took them.
Who the hell is Gerald?
Mais c'est le valet.
Our butler.
Ah oui, le majordome. Dans un musée.
You have a butler.
He's taken them to be cleaned and pressed. They'll be ready in a few days.
Oh, me dis pas que la blague c'est Gérard Butler comme l'acteur. Parce que alors, si c'est ça la blague, franchement, si le majordome il ressemble à Gérard Butler, je rigole.
Well, I need them now.
I've got a dress that would be perfect for you. It's got purple bows and the sequins will really bring out the color of your eyes.
Alors, parce qu'elle est gentille, on va être poli, hein.
No, thank you. I'd rather be burned to death. No one's gonna take me seriously in a purple ball gown. And where's my other stuff?
Don't tell me Gerald's got my journal.
It's irreplaceable.
Like I'd let that nosy old fool see your diary.
It's not a diary. It's my case notes.
Right, of course. A girl's gotta have a place to keep her secrets. I put all your stuff in the lockbox under my pillows.
Are you kidding me? No wonder my head hurts.
Jenny was confident that Susie wasn't involved in the Dean's murder. She wasn't evil.
Just insufferable. All right, I'm gonna grab my stuff and get out of here.
Oh, while you're wandering around, can you find some parts for me? I need a battery and a transistor to finish this device.
What? No.
I did something for you.
It was true. Susie had kept Jenny's journal safe. And the Dean's ring. She'd even revealed her darkest secret to Jenny.
Fine. Enough already. What's a transistor?
Oh, it's an electronic voltage regulator that...
Just tell me what it looks like.
It's a tiny metal object with an antenna and 3 legs. If you can't find one in my bedroom, there are some old boxes in the attic.
Yeah. Transistor and battery. Got it.
Go, Jenny!
I've got to get out of here.
Bon. Alors, est-ce qu'il y a des trucs par ici? Là. Ah, un autocollant. On va fouiller le grenier.
Bunch of old science fair projects.
They had all been submitted by Anonymous, and they'd all won first prize.
These awards should be hanging on the walls downstairs.
It was sad to see all these marvelous accomplishments hidden away in the attic. Susie wanted so badly to please her parents, to live up to their expectations of what a Glatz girl should be. She never even told them she'd entered the science fairs.
tiny metal object with an antenna and 3 legs. Looks like a transistor to me. Now, where can I find a battery?
On va aller voir dans la chambre. Ah, les musiques, elles sont vraiment chill. Hein. Ah. Oh, le chien. Ah bah on peut peut-être prendre les piles du cochon là.
I'm sorry, Mr. Pig, but I need your batteries. I love you. I love you. This will only hurt for a second.
You're my best friend.
Thank you, Pig, for donating your body to science. That's Susie's stuff taken care of. But I still haven't found my own. She said it was under the pillow in her bed.
On n'était peut-être pas obligé de la décapiter, mais bon.
Let's see. Stars, lips, hearts, and beakers. What would a girl like Susie use as a password?
Alors. Ok, donc ça bouge les trois. Celui-là, il bouge tout seul. Et celui-là, il bouge les deux. Ah, attends, comment ça bouge? Hop. Parce que la toute première énigme du jeu, c'était un truc comme ça. Peut-être faire carrément comme ça. Ah, ça passe pas là? Alors à moins que les trois... Peut-être que les trois signes doivent se mettre juste en dessous du cadenas. Je vais essayer avec le béchet. Ah oui, mais du coup ça va bouger ça aussi. Voilà.
Of course it was the beakers. Clever.
Jenny hid the ring in her pocket and flipped through the pages of her journal.
No obvious signs of tampering. At least Susie knows how to mind her own business. I'll give her the battery and transistor, and then I'll find a way out of this place.
Bon, j'ai fait un peu avec le pif, hein, mais bon, ça a marché. En même temps, quand t'as fait au moins 4-5 jeux de Sherlock Holmes, ce genre d'énigme, au bout d'un moment, t'as un peu l'habitude.
Here you go.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
Now, back to the task at hand. Making my escape.
Don't you want to know what these parts are for?
Only if it will help me get out of here.
Ah! Careful! That's a stick of dynamite!
Dynamite? Are you crazy? You could have blown me to bits.
I did say be careful.
What are you making bombs for?
They're not bombs. They're silent explosives.
Silent explosives?
Think about it. Dynamite that doesn't make a sound. Impossible, you say? Not at all. My first breakthrough came when I discovered the unique properties of...
I can use this to blow my way out of here.
The explosion might be silent, but I think my mom would notice if part of the house was missing.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Vu la maison que tu te payes, elle va peut-être pas remarquer avant 3 mois. Hein.
And how exactly are you going to leave without being seen?
I'm glad you asked, Susan. I'll be making my exit through the window in the attic. Once I found a way to unlock it.
Oh, you're out of luck there. My parents are super security conscious. All the windows are locked electromagnetically.
Where are the controls?
Downstairs, in Dad's study.
And I can't get there without being seen. Is there some kind of override?
It's impossible to open them from up here, unless there was a total power failure.
Well then, I know exactly what to do.
Okay, well, I'll be here if you need help.
L'évasion du manoir des Glatz.
What does this machine do?
That's Judy, Kate. She's a portable lie detector.
Portable? It's 18 feet tall and bolted to the floor.
Yeah, well, I'm still working on that.
La gueule qu'elle avait là.
But she can detect a lie with 98% accuracy.
That's quite a claim. Let's see.
Good evening, small human child. I am Judy, Kate. Arbiter of truth, detector of lies. Since this is the first time we have met, I will need to calibrate. To begin, please answer this simple question. What is the meaning of life?
Simple question, oui, en effet.
How am I supposed to answer that?
Ha, ha, ha. Just kidding.
Oh, sorry. I've been experimenting with her personality chip. She's using humor to build a better rapport with subjects.
Still needs some work.
To begin, please tell me your name.
My name is Jenny LeClue.
Welcome, Jenny LeClue. I am ready to detect. Please speak a truth or a lie.
Bon, on va mentir.
You're not a real lie detector. You can't fool me. I think I broke it.
Et merde.
It's okay. Her fuse just tripped. She gets very sensitive if you lie to her, especially if it's a big lie. But don't worry, she'll reset in a minute.
Interesting.
Welcome back, Jenny LeClue. I am ready to detect. Please speak a truth or a lie.
Alors si je dis... Bon, on va dire une vérité.
I think I might have a coffee problem.
You spoke the truth. Would you like to try again?
Maybe something a bit trickier this time. I I hold the world record for the longest fingernails. It overloaded again.
C'est quoi cette machine qui se surcharge à chaque mensonge?
Hey! What did you do?
Oh, that's just Maggie. She helps me find things I've dropped on the floor. Why do you have a man's ring?
It belonged to my dad.
But that doesn't make any sense.
I'm telling you the truth.
No, I mean, why would a ring made of gold stick to a magnet? Unless...
There's something more to it. Which of these machines did you say could see inside things?
Excuse me, Tim. We need your help.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. My name is Tim, the thermal imaging machine. Metal, plastic, wood. There's nothing I can't see inside. Except, of course, your innermost thoughts.
Oh, ça sert à rien.
Look, I don't need a best friend. I just need him to examine the ring.
Ouch. That hurt my feelings.
Sentiment.exe a été a été mise à jour.
Go easy on him. He's quite sensitive.
Ugh. Hi, Tim. Nice to meet you.
Oh, how wonderful it is to meet you, my new friend. How can I be of service?
I need you to look inside something for me.
I'd be delighted to. Please place the object on my soft, velvety platform. Come to me, tiny object of vast mystery and import. Reveal to me your deepest secrets. Swim in my warm bath of gamma rays. I'm peering deeply inside you. Ooh, what's that? Deeper still. I've never seen one of those before.
Ça lui fait vraiment une tête de con à l'autre. Hein. Je suis désolé, mais...
All the wonders I have seen.
Well, spit it out already.
One moment, please, while I paint you a picture of the journey we just shared.
I knew there was something special about this ring. It's full of tiny cogs and gears.
I've never seen such intricate craftsmanship.
I need to borrow your microscope. Tiny buttons hidden in plain sight. Clever. I wonder what they do.
Bon, d'accord, il doit y avoir un ordre. Et forcément. T'as une chance sur deux à chaque fois que tu te gourres.
The ring opened up like a flower.
Why would the Dean have a ring like this?
Whatever its true purpose, one thing was clear. This ring was important.
Important enough to kill for? Dean Stroudsbury, what were you involved in?
Did you say Dean Stroudsbury? Whose ring is that really?
Susie had entrusted her deepest, darkest secret to Jenny. The least Jenny could do was be honest with her.
Ouais, non, mais on n'est pas sur la même échelle de secret. Hein. S'il te plaît. Si tu me trahis, je te bute.
It's the Dean's ring. Well, it was.
You stole the Dean's ring?
technically, I found it.
Jenny, you've got to turn that into the police. It could be important evidence.
Considering the police think my mom is the Dean's murderer, I certainly won't be handing it over to them.
But what if they ask me about it? I can't lie to them. I'm a terrible liar.
It's not lying. It's just leaving out the parts that don't concern them.
I can't go to jail. My parents will disown me, and my reputation will be ruined.
Bah comme ça tu pourras dire qu'en même temps que t'es une intello.
No one's going to jail, as long as we protect each other. I'll keep your secret, you keep mine.
Like, friends.
Sure. Now go back to whatever mad science experiment you were doing. I've got a window to open.
Ok. Ah tiens, lire le
Complex
tableau.
formulas filled the large chalkboard. Clearly the work of a genius.
Okay, she's secretly smart. We get it. What is all this anyway?
Oh, that? I'm working on a proof to help me pick the perfect prom dress.
You've got to be kidding me.
I know. I'm not sure it can be done either, but I've got to try. It's the biggest decision a girl has to make.
Gross. Stupid robot just tried to kill me.
Oh, be careful. Claude is very fragile.
Fragile? It's enormous.
I haven't finished calibrating him yet. If you want to help, get him to pick some things up and put them down again. He needs the practice. Just don't pick up anything too heavy.
Ok, faudra que je trouve quelque chose. Enfin, sauf si j'ai déjà ce quelque chose. Ramasse à la L. Bah l'ours.
Must have been too heavy.
Please be gentle with Claude. He's only a prototype, and I'm out of replacement parts.
I got it!
In the back of Jenny's brilliant mind, a plan was forming.
I know exactly how to get out of here. How can I escape from Glatt's Manor?
Bah déjà avec la fenêtre. Ça et le robot. Non.
As much as I'd love to blow my way out of here, I need to get out silently without being seen or heard.
Elle crie infusible quand je lui mens. Avec le imité. Non. Ah non, je suis obligé d'aller au bout.
Nope, that's not what I meant. Let me try that again.
Quand j'essaie de sauver quelque chose de lourd, il fait des étincelles et surchauffe. Lui, il peut voir à l'intérieur des objets. Grille infusible quand je lui mens. Ah bah elle fait grille infusible. Avec les explosifs. Non. Ok, donc pas les explosifs. Donc peut-être le bras robot.
When I overload the robot arm, it sparks and fuses. And when I lie to Judy Kate, she nearly overloads the power supply. So if I could overload them at the same time, then I might be able to short the power and open the window in the attic.
But Jenny couldn't operate both machines by herself.
Susie? Yes? I need your...
Asking Susie for help was worse than having a tooth pulled out.
I need you to do something.
Explosif silencieux, c'est pas très... C'est pas hyper rassurant. Ouais, mais c'est silencieux. Ça fait...
Of course. What can I do to help? I didn't say I needed your help. Oh, sorry. I don't owe you anything. Okay, okay. What do you want me to do?
Putain, cette passif-agressif, quoi.
Go stand by Judy Kate. All right. But why? No time for questions. Just wait for my instructions. Susie, are you ready?
Welcome back, Susie Glatz. I am ready to detect. Please speak a truth or a lie.
Okay, I'm ready. What should I do now? Just hold on until I give the signal.
The robot arm strained under the weight of the giant metal object.
Okay, Susie. Tell a lie. And make it a big one. Oh, okay. A big lie. Ooh, I've got just the thing. I'm wearing black socks.
That was a lie.
C'est de la merde.
No, Susie. A big lie. Something terrible. I'm just no good at lying. Tell Judy Kate you killed Dean Strasberry. What? That's horrible. I can't say that. Do you want to help or not? Yes, but... Then hurry up and say it. Okay, okay. I killed the Dean? Louder! I killed the Dean. Bigger! I killed Dean Strasberry. Say it like you mean it! I murdered Dean Strasberry. I bashed his brains in. Now I danced on his grave.
Et puis là, c'est la vérité.
Wow. That was messed up. Oh my gosh. I'm a horrible person.
As Susie Glatz contemplated every bad thing she'd ever done in her life, Jenny heard the unmistakable sound of success.
It worked.
Allez, on fonce. Enfin, attends, je vais peut-être parler à Suzy, elle est peut-être traumatisée. Oh bon, elle va s'en sortir. Je fais exploser les trucs, c'est trop bien.
Jenny! You can't leave now. It's past curfew.
Watch me.
Well, you can't go out wearing pajamas.
I'm not playing dress up with you while my mom is trapped in jail for a crime she didn't commit. The real killer is still out there.
And what if you find him? What then?
Jenny paused. She hadn't thought that far ahead.
Are you scared?
Of course not.
Jenny would never admit it, even to herself. But she was scared.
You know who should be scared? The murderer. Because I'm coming for him.
Well, let me help you. We can work out a plan together.
Sorry, Susie, but I work alone.
At least take this with you then. So we can stay in touch.
Suzy Talkie. Ah, peut être utile, allez.
Fine, I'll take it.
En plus, elle est toute gentille. Même quand on défonce ses robots, elle reste gentille avec
Don't
nous.
call me. I'll call you.
Okay, good luck. And be careful. There's still a killer out there.
I'll be fine.
Jenny, you won't tell anyone about my lab, right?
Only if you cover for me.
Of course. I'm always here for you. We're going to be best friends, Jenny LeClue. I just know it.
Sure. Right after I sign up for cheerleading.
To catch a real killer, Jenny needed her detective gear. But that was at home, across town.
Trop gentil, c'est suspect. Ah, peut-être,
It wasn't
peut-être.
wise to travel through town after curfew. To avoid being caught, she'd have to find another way home. Excellent, thought Jenny. Time to exercise my sneaking muscles.
Et bien sûr, cette fuite du couvre-feu que je vais vous laisser. Ben, pour le moment, c'est super sympa comme jeu. Franchement, la narration, elle est vraiment, vraiment bonne. Le jeu est joli, la patte graphique est... bon, c'est simpliste, oui et non, mais c'est pas hyper... c'est pas du 3D détaillé et tout, mais ça marche hyper bien. Donc je continuerai demain, c'est avec grand plaisir. Franchement, c'est hyper sympa comme jeu. Cette fin fourbe. Oh, bah, tu devrais être habitué à force. Hein. Ah, moi, c'est des streams, mais c'est des séries, quoi. À la fin, tu veux regarder le prochain épisode. Mais la suite, ce sera demain, après-midi, comme d'habitude. D'ici là, bah, je vous laisse. Je vous souhaite une bonne soirée. Et en plus, il est pile 19h, franchement. Si c'est pas du timing parfait, ça. Stream un cliffhanger, tout à fait, c'est ça. Du coup, bah, je vous laisse là, et puis bah, je vous souhaite une bonne soirée, je vous fais des bisous, et je vous dis à la prochaine, à plus.